Hey everyone, I know that nobody will be on here. Uh, I've been to the funeral home. I picked out his casket. He's gonna wear his navy white dress uniform that he wore when he got married. He's gonna wear his medals that he earned while he was in the military. This is his navy thing. I never, I've never touched this stuff. We're all, my mother, my sister, we're all trying to figure out. He had it. He has an attorney that has all this set up. We're trying to figure it all out. And I'm having problems with Angel. She's missing him really bad. She's snappy at me. And I know she's crying inside, just like me. I was asleep laying next to him when he passed away. Didn't even know it. I got up at 10 o'clock yesterday morning, got me some breakfast, and my stomach was bothering me. I've been having stomach issues. And I says, I'm going to go back to bed. He's asleep. So I'm going to just lay next to him, put the heating pad on. And that's what I did. And I fell asleep. And I had this strange dream. I can't remember what it was, but he was in it. And I woke up and I looked over and he was there. I said, okay, well, he's still sleeping. I'm going to leave him alone. So about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I touched him. I says, come on, you need to wake up. And he didn't move. And I felt his forehead, and it was cold and sweaty. And I says, oh my gosh, what's going on? So I went over to his side of the bed, and he had his arms straight over the edge like this. His arms were stiff. They were blue. His feet were blue. And his eyes were closed, except you could see just a little bit of his eye, both of them. The coroner had to pull me off of him. I don't want to be alone. I've got my family to help me. My mother's here. She's going to spend a weekend with me. She's the first person I called. She says, did you call 911? I goes, no, because I needed to hear her voice first. I wanted her to be the first to know. We were talking just the other day about, hopefully celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary. It's 28 years now. Who are you talking to? A live video. I'm on a live video. Mm. I, my mother, she's sitting next to me. I, I can't sleep. I'm tired, but I just feel like I can't sleep. My heart is just in tiny pieces. I've been praying to him all day to help me, to look over me, to be there when I need him. He was fine. He went to bed. He had some burping, and you know, he laid down and he went, "Oh," I says, "What's wrong?" He says, "Oh, my chest hurts every time I lie down." I says, "Well, I'll take it to the emergency room." He said, "No." And I know better than to try to make him do something he doesn't want to do. The coroner said that he died at 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. So I've made all the arrangements with the funeral home already. I've already let as much family know as I know how to do. I put it all on Facebook. And Wendy, I see that you're there. I appreciate. I read your message, and it was very lovely. Thank you for sending me a message. This is the hardest thing in life to do. I love you. If it wasn't for my mother, I don't know what I would do. Oh yeah, and then my husband's brother is here, so he's a big help too. He went out and bought dinner for everyone tonight. I haven't eaten today. I've had a few ginger snaps and that's it. I'm not hungry. I just don't feel like to eat. I don't want to sleep. Every time that door opens, I think he's coming in. An angel. I know she's missing him. And she snaps at me. She'll come over to me and I'll pet on her and she'll growl at me and show her teeth and she snaps at me. I says, "Angel, it's not my fault." I've had, I have never had so many views on my channel on one video like I have today. I don't know how many comments I've gotten, and I've read every single one. When I'm done with this chat, I'm going to go answer every single one. I don't even know how many there is because I haven't checked. But I figured no one would be on this time of night. It's here in America, it is 3 o'clock in the morning on the east side of the country and here in Florida. And at least I got to spend one Christmas with him. He's been feeling tired a lot lately, but it was because he had COPD, and I didn't think anything of it. Angel sleeping with my brother-in-law. Seems like she's taken to him easier than the rest of us. So the door's cracked. If she feels like she needs to come out, she can. But it's been really hard on her, and uh, I think she can sense that Charlie is Elgin's brother-in-law, a brother, because she's clinging on to him. Everywhere he goes, she's there, and that's good. He fed her breakfast this morning on cuddles and got the food mixed up, but that's okay. Uh, we were planning on going shopping yesterday to to Walmart to get clearance stuff because next year was supposed to have been our turn to have Christmas in our house, and Elgin he usually likes to get some kind of a new Christmas thing, but he'll get it on clearance. And we were going to go look at that tomorrow. And then Wednesday night, we were talking about getting our, like our bed is like where this chair is, and then the wall in front, I have a dresser, and I have really high roof. It's like a cathedral roof, and I I told Elgin, I says, we could put a really nice TV up there, and that way we can both watch it because the TV I have now is on my side of the bed on the nightstand, and he couldn't see it. And I was watching some old detective shows that him and I both liked. And he says, "Well, we'll go to Walmart tomorrow. We'll look at those." And I said, "Okay." And he was going to take me to Michael's because I want one of those tumbler spinners. But I don't know. I don't know. The funeral, I don't even know when the funeral's going to be. Maybe Tuesday. I don't know. It's because of the holidays. He has a necklace on, and I came across a pendant that I gave him, telling him how much I love him and how much he means to me, and that he's my best friend. And also, I'm going to put that on with on the chain with the necklace he has now. Um, I want them to do an autopsy because I want to know why he died, what made him die. Did he have a heart attack? What was it? I need to know for closure. Because if I don't know, I'm never going to have closure. And it's been 28 years since I've lived alone. I'm scared. And my mother says there's nothing to be scared of. Her and my sister are taking over everything because I'm bipolar. I have anxiety issues, and they know what this is going to do to me, and they're trying to keep me calm. Melody, are you taking your medicine? When was the last time you took your medicine? My antidepressant and stuff. And I keep thinking I hear Angel coming out, but I guess not. The house was so full of people today. I love my family, but it just got to me so bad. And I went in my bedroom and I sat on the floor and I just cried. And I'm talking to Elgin, and I says, "Elgin, hold my hand. I'm looking for a couple of things. I can't find them." I says, "Elgin, hold my hand and take me where this stuff is." He didn't prepare me for being. He has an attorney set up. We don't know where. My mother's going to check and find. She said she's going to find the attorney. He told me he has an attorney to set up like a escrow, type thing. He says that I will be living just as well as if he was here. I won't have to worry about the bills. He says the attorney will take care of the bills, and then I get money that I can spend for myself. I will get his Navy retirement checks. I will get his paper mill retirement checks. He worked for International Paper, and he retired from both places. With Social Security, I don't know if they'll just stop mine and I get his. I don't know, because he got more than I do, because I'm on disability. I'm not sure how that's going to work. So I'm trying to keep my head together. I'm trying to listen to what my mother's telling me, what I need to do. We need to find this money so I can pay for the casket and everything. I don't know why he wouldn't tell me. I've been telling him for years. I says, "Elgin, if you go before me, how do I find this stuff? Where is it? I'll show you someday. And now it's too late. And we're having to search and search. My mother's been in that room for 2 days where all the files are. So I don't know. I, 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 I felt like I needed to talk a little bit. And, I see Wendy, you're still on here. And I knew that you would probably be here, but, probably not too many other people. Because I don't know what their time zones are like. Uh, I'm just grateful that I had one last Christmas with him. He had such a good time. I was sick that day, and I took a pain pill, and I told him, I says, you go to my sister's house for Christmas, and I'm just going to stay here. I'm not going to do anything. You don't have to worry about me. And I slept 6 hours, and I got up, and my daughter, she sent me a text. She says, Mom, come here. We want you here. I says, well, I just woke up. She says, well, and so my husband says, well, I'll come and get you. I said, okay. And my husband says, then my oldest daughter says, I want to go get her. So both my daughters walked in. I says, oh, both my babies are here. And my oldest daughter lives 2 hours away. When she found out yesterday that her father died, she was over here within 3 hours. As soon as she could get the kids out of school, she got back. She's over here, and she's going. I don't know how long she's going to stay. She wants to be here for the funeral. Now, he's their stepfather, but he treated them like a normal father, biological father. Uh, he's always been there for the girls. He raised them. He taught them right from wrong. Uh, you know, they their biological father could care less. And so he just jumped right in. When we got married, he just jumped right in. And as if these kids were his own flesh and blood. And um, uh, he just took over. And he was so glad to have children because he didn't have children with his first wife. She didn't want any. And so he was glad to have some children. And he was always proud of them. And so when he asked me to marry him 28 years ago, I told him, I said, you need to talk to the children first because they're a part of this. You need to get their feedback. I says, if they don't feel comfortable with it, I'll sit down with them. I'll find out why and then take it from there. So he sat down with the children, and I don't know what he told them, but he also told them that he would like to adopt them, and they said they wanted to keep their daddy's name. He said that was fine. So over the years, they grew to love him more and more and more. And they'd be talking to their friends on the phone or whatever, and I would hear them say, my dad, my dad. But they didn't call him dad, they called him Elgin, which I never forced where they had to call him dad. I wanted them to make that decision. And so I've got my children to support me. I have my sister. Thank goodness my sister moved over this way. So I have her support. I have my brother-in-law, Matt. I also have my other brother-in-law, Elgin's brother. I've got a big family that's supporting me. Oh, hi, Gracie. Thank you for your condolence. Thank you, Wendy. There's nothing anyone can do. I just have to work through this, and I don't know how right now. Mhm. I never thought I would have to go through this. I didn't want to be a widow. For my husband back. I want to be married to my husband. My heart feels like it's in tiny little pieces, and nothing's going to get put back together. But he's going to be in his dress whites and navy dress. I have all of his medals. I'm going to put his medals on his shirt. It's a closed casket service, no viewing. I'm the only one that's going to see him. They'll be lucky if they can pull me off of him. I was asleep next to him when he died. I should have made him go to the emergency room. If it was for my fault. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do all this crying. I've been crying since yesterday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've been crying. 24 plus 12 is what, 36 hours. I've been crying non-stop. The other day, Tuesday, I got on the organ. He loved to hear me play the organ. So I got on the organ and I played for a little bit. And he says, "You're going to stop?" I says, "Yeah, my back's resting and I'll stretch and then I'll probably get back on." And he said, "Okay." He says, "I love to hear you play." I says, "I know you do." I says, "I'll play us some more music." I says, "You've got plenty of life left in you. You're going to hear me play again." And, uh, and let's see, that was Tuesday. And Tuesday, with my stomach, I haven't been eating much. I've lost a lot of weight. And the doctor found out that my liver count is high. He also found out that I have something on my colon. It's a thick matter on my colon. And my husband told me, and so now he says, "I'm so worried about you." He says, "I want to help, but I don't know what to do." I said, "You are helping me. You get me to the doctor because I'm not able to drive." And I said, "You're getting me to the doctor and get me to all these tests I need to get done." He said, "Yeah, but I want to do more for you." He always treated me like a queen. Just about anything I've ever wanted, I got. And it's not just material things I'm talking about. It's the support, like with my Etsy store. Um, he let me do it. He was behind me 100%. He helped me with that store. If I'd be out of town and I forgot to put my store on, I'm sorry, my bedroom doors, that way my brother-in-law's sleeping in my bed because I can't do it right now. I slept with my mother last night, but I forget what I was just talking about. See, I can't keep my thoughts straight in my head. My head is like it's empty, like there's nothing there right now. And I feel like I'm having a nightmare, and I keep saying, "Wake up, wake up." It's not true. You wake up, he's there. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't have any friends here in Sebring. No, I have a preacher already set up. I have an organist. I'm going to give him an old-fashioned funeral. She's going to play all of the old gospels. She was my choir leader at one time, and I've been looking for her, and so finally someone got in touch with her. She called me, and I told her, I said, "You're the only one I want to play." So she's doing it for free because she says we're family. Well, I'm a member of the church, but I don't go anymore. And so his Navy uniform is at the funeral home. I took that today. I can't find his hat, but uh, I, I have a picture of his parents. I have a picture of our dog that passed away 5 years ago, and I have a picture of Angel and Cuddles, like a collage. My daughter did that for me, so I'm going to get it off my phone and print it on the printer and give that to him. And the casket has a little drawer that you open with a um, key. And so we're going to put little trinkets in there. And I told my grandchildren, I says, if there's anything in there that you want your grandpa to have forever and ever and ever, give it to me and I'll put it in there. So um, my youngest granddaughter had something that said grandpa on it. And so that's going to go in there. Um, I've got to fix that. I'm going to give him to go in there. They asked if I wanted to keep his wedding ring and the necklace he had on. I said no. I says I want him to wear his wedding band, and I says I gave him that necklace, so I want it to stay on him. I'm going to write him a note, and I told both my grandchildren, if you want to write your grandpa a note, it will go in the little trinket box where my note's going. And I said, you just tell grandpa how you feel, how much you love him, and I said, you will see him again someday. And grandpa will be up in heaven with his arms wide open to see his baby girls. And I tried to hide my sadness today while they were here, but it got a little loud, and I went into the bedroom just so I could have some quiet. And he always hung his pants on the footboard of the bed, and I have an iron cast bed, and he always hung his pants there because, when he got up, he put his pants on, make his coffee, and go get the newspaper out of the mailbox, and then later on he'd take a shower and put clean clothes on. And so I went through his pants today, and I didn't find anything. Um, my mother found his wallet, thank goodness. Um, I found some more things of his that I'm going to put in that little trinket box. On top of the casket, that's going to come down over his face. I'm putting a Navy emblem up there. That's what we did for my father, so I'm going to put a Navy emblem up there. This thing is going to cost me over $7,000. And that's another thing I'm worried about. Where is this money coming from? Does he have life insurance? He didn't tell me this stuff because he told me that when we got married, I would never have to pay another bill. I would never have to look at another bill, and I wouldn't have to worry about money. And I never did. I've never had to worry about money since I married him. And I told my mother, I says, I'm so scared I'm going to lose my house. She says, you're not going to lose your house. So I don't know how to pay the electric bill. I don't know how to pay the phone bill. That kind of stuff I don't know how to do. He didn't prepare for, I'm also angry. I'm angry because he didn't prepare me for this. He didn't show me where stuff was. I'm so angry. And I want him back. When I was holding him when he was in the bed, I just held him tight and I kept telling him I love him and to come back to me, but he was stone cold and so ready to. My mother said it's going to take a long time for me to get over this. I'm only 64. I'm too young to be. I can't eat. I don't sleep. I don't know how many comments I have on the YouTube video that I did earlier yesterday, but I've gotten it, I've seen them in the email and I've read every one. And I've got so many friends, I tell you what, all of y'all are my friends. Even the ones that aren't watching this now, it will be, you know, pre-recorded and added onto my video list. But I just want to say that I love every one of you. I love the thoughts that you're sending me. I love the prayers that you're praying for me. Also pray for Angel. Now, Gracie and Amy, I don't know if you heard it or not, but Angel's having a heart problem. And y'all know who Angel is. She's having a heart problem. And I try to get around her and she snaps at me. She growls and shows her teeth. And I know she's upset. And I tell her, sis, it's not my fault. So she's sleeping with my husband's brother. And they look alike, you know. They're 4 years apart, but they look alike. And she feels more comfortable with him. So as long as she's happy and she feels comfortable, that's okay. And I told Angel a little while ago, I says, Angel, someday we'll get through this. I don't know how, but we're gonna get through this. Hi, Cuddles. Now, see, I don't think Cuddles knows any different. I don't know if she does or not. Hey, Cuddles. What, baby? Wanna play with mommy? Huh? Uh, so she doesn't have the look in her eyes like Angel does. But see, Angel, he really, really spoiled her. And I mean, when he went somewhere and he didn't have to leave her in a car or whatever, like going to the pet store, she always got to go. Her adoption was February 9th, almost 5 years ago. And my husband and I always take her to Sonic and let her get some ice cream. And the waitresses always sing happy birthday to her. Him and I had Sonic the other day. We had it on Tuesday. And I had a doctor's appointment after that. And I had that hot dog. Well, I had one of those with the relish and the mustard. They put too much mustard on and it messed up my shirt. So I'm dabbing it, trying to get it off. And I had an order to send out, and the post office was across the road. So we went to the post office, and he says, "Would you like to have a clean top to wear?" I just felt, yeah, I'd be embarrassed to go with stains on my shirt. I want people to think I don't take care of myself. He says, "Well, here's some money for you, and you go in there, you get what you want." And I said, "Okay." So I got a really nice top. It's a sleeveless top. It's lightweight, and it kind of comes down this way, and then another part comes like underneath it. It's really nice. I'll show it to you sometime. I don't. I have patterns and eBay. And I tell you what, what? My patterns on eBay are selling so much faster than the Etsy. So I keep thinking I hear noise in, unless that's the dishwasher. But anyhow, uh, so for those of you that don't know, I've opened up an eBay store, and I don't know how you would look for my stuff unless you put in my username, which is daughter of music man, DAUGHTERMUSICMAN. I came up with that name so long ago, about 9 years ago or something. And I came up with, daughter of music man because my father played music, and I was his daughter. So I said, well, that'll be my username. So if y'all want to check the patterns out on eBay, I have auction and then buy it now. And I've got 3 or 4 that came in all at the same time, just about. And I'm doing a whole lot better on eBay than I am Etsy. So I'm eventually going to take everything slowly out of Etsy and put it in eBay. Now the handmade items, I'm not sure. I'm doing research on that, like crocheted scarves and hats and children's clothing, baby layette sets, and the stuff I do with machine embroidery. So I'm checking into that to see how that's going to do. Once the funeral is over, which is going to be Monday or Tuesday, and everybody is gone, I've got to take more pictures of other things that I'm going to sell. And for those of you that didn't watch the last video, uh, I was hauling something. Can't remember what, but I was talking about my night box, a big white box. I got it from Walmart. It was the perfect white box. So my pictures turn out a whole lot better. I don't have to worry about editing for lighting and all this other stuff. And so I'm not working on that right now, but I'm going to start working on that after the funeral. After I get laundry done, the laundry's piled up. He usually does the laundry because I can't bend a whole lot. So he always does the laundry, and if he finds out I did the laundry, he would get so upset. "Don't you do that? That's what I'm here for." I said, "Well, it's not going to hurt for me to put them in the washer." "Well, you can hurt yourself because of my back." And I pull out the vacuum cleaner. "What are you doing?" "I'm vacuuming." "Well, you're not supposed to vacuum. The doctor told you not to push heavy equipment." I was, "Well, it needs to be cleaned." and I'd be reaching up high, dusting or whatever. What are you doing? You know, so I was constantly, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing this. This is my job, you know. So it was 8 years ago, I think it was. He started the cooking because it got to the point with my back I couldn't cook anymore because I couldn't stand. So he took over the cooking, and I taught him how to cook. And he waited on hand and foot with my stomach, and then the sinus infection I had, and the ear infection. I've got a urinary tract infection, and Lord have mercy. And so he's been waiting on me hand and foot, and I'm just gonna miss having someone to lay next to. I have to depend on Angel to be there for me, I guess. He did tell Angel the night he passed away, and I haven't heard him tell her this at night, but he says, Angel, I love you so much. Well, I didn't think twice about it, you know. And he played with her a little bit like he always did. So every time the door opens, she looks at it like she's helping it spin. I appreciate y'all coming on and uh, listening to about my sorrows, and uh, I don't know what else to say. I'll keep you updated though. I'll let you know when the funeral is. Um, I'm gonna try to get my sister or someone to take pictures and then send them to my phone. And if you would like to see the funeral, but of course it's going to be a closed casket. Um, I'll put them on Facebook and let you see pictures of him. I'm going to take a picture of him right you him. We're not having a visitor night or viewing before the ceremony or anything. I asked the children, I said, what do you want? Do you want to see him? And they both said no. So I said, okay. So I need to tell the funeral director that it's going to be a closed casket service. So I'm trying to work things out. I'm trying to keep my mind busy. Hi, Dora Beth. What are you doing up this late? Well, just talking about the loss of my husband and what I'm trying to do, like keeping myself busy, and I'm trying to stay calm, but I see something that he might have given me, or like maybe a picture he might have hung up for me, or like up here, he bought every I Love Lucy doll that ever came out. He put every one of those up. I've got teapots going across here right there, and he put all my teapots up, and I look at them and I think of him. Let me put my glasses on, Dora, but I can't see. I started crying, so I took my glasses off. What happened with you, Dora Beth? What happened to your infusion? I know that you have to take them. Did it make you stay awake? Is that why you're up now? Did you just take one? Amy, thank you for the hug. I really appreciate that. I feel like I got 1,148 subscribers. I feel like every one of you is hugging me right now. Um, yeah, Wendy, I really appreciate you. All of y'all are so special to me. You know, if it wasn't for Elgin, I wouldn't have started a video channel. Because I used to watch videos on YouTube with hauls and um, people making doll clothes and that kind of thing. He says, you know, you ought to make yourself a YouTube channel. I says, do what? He says, you ought to do a YouTube video. He says, you should get started. And he says, you know, people show what they buy while you go shopping. You can show what you buy. I was scared and nervous at first, and I told him, I said, well, I'm not really sure. And I thought about it. I says, are you serious? You wouldn't mind me doing it? He goes, no. He says, do it. And I said, okay. So I got brave on my first video, but boy, was I shaking in my boots. So, like when I opened up my shop, you know, that one at the downtown flea market, when I opened it up, he was all for it. He 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 stood behind me every minute with that. I taught him how to put a pattern that was sold and how to make shipping labels and get it up to the mailbox. Thank you, Dora Beth. You just wrote something else. Would you write? They cause headaches and hazy days for 8 days. Oh my goodness. I get migraines. And I've been having a lot of them the last couple of days because I'm all stressed out and um, my 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 forehead feels tight, and so I am so sorry, Dora Beth, that you have to go through this. And Dora Beth, I don't know if you were on when I said this, but I played the organ for him Tuesday night because he always enjoyed listening to me. And so he noticed I was playing and he came and sat down in the living room and I quit a few minutes later and says, is that all the entertainment I get? I said, well, my back's hurting, so I need to stretch a little bit and then maybe I'll play some more. He said, okay. And him and we were talking in bed Wednesday night. Nothing was wrong with him. He had heartburn because he had stir-fried rice, and they put a lot of green peppers and onions and stuff in it. So, you know, but in that, he was fine. He was burping, but he was fine. And I'm waiting on the doctor to tell me what that he's found out, if it's a heart attack or not. And I don't know if they're going to do an autopsy, but they're going to start the embalming to get him ready for the burial. Beautiful casket. I mean, he's going to be in luxury. His favorite color is blue. So I got him a nice blue, gorgeous casket. And, you know, the top part's where your head is. Well, the other section that goes from your waist down to your feet, it has a little trinket box. And it has a key. And you pull that little trinket box out and you put little memento things you want him to have. And so I've gathered some things up. And I bought him an expensive watch about 18 years ago. I worked for Walmart in the jewelry department, and I saw that watch, and I says, "Oh, I've got to get that for him. It's so beautiful. It has his name on it. It was The name of the watch is Elgin. So he's never worn it, but I'm going to put it on his wrist, and I'm going to put his was I can't think right now. You know what I'm talking about? The reward things, or I don't know what they're for. Anyhow, they're tags that they usually wear to show accomplishment or whatever, I guess. So when I see him, I'm going to put those on him. I'm looking for his navy hat, the white one, and I can't find it. And I haven't really touched too much of his stuff except taking his pants and put them in the hamper. I'm gonna try to do a little laundry tomorrow. Maybe try to do a little straightening up. My son-in-law, I was very surprised. He cleaned up my kitchen tonight. They had dinner, and my son-in-law cleaned up the kitchen. And I walked in there and I went, "Oh, this looks so nice." And I told him, I says, "Thank you for doing my kitchen." And so now it's where I can manage to get my Pioneer Woman stuff. I remember I've been collecting that for a while. Elgin gave me a Pioneer Woman pots and pans set with a casserole dish. I says, "Elgin, we have pots and pans already. We got, right after we got married, not long after we got married at PJ's. And it's a Wolfgang, what's his name? Wolfgang, you know what his name is. And had his name on it. And I said, "We don't need pots and pans." He says, "Yeah, but I know you like Pioneer Woman." I said, "Yeah, I do." I'm also going to do some things in the kitchen once I get my thoughts together and I see where the money's coming from. Oh, by the way, we have our stimulus check. It's in his checking account. I have to call the bank. I'm not sure what to do, if I have to send them a copy of of a death announcement or whatever. Uh, but I'm going to call the bank Monday and see about trying to switch the money he has into my account, my checking and savings. And then I'm also going to ask him if he has some IRAs there, uh, and if he does, um, how does that work? So I have a lot of questions with my bank, and this was I going to call Monday. My brother-in-law, he wrote it down. Uh, who was I going to call Monday besides her? I can't remember now. But my friend Jackie, she was the choir director in the church that I'm a member of, that I don't go to anymore. And I asked her if she could play some old time gospel music for Elgin. She said, "Oh, sure, I would love to." I said, "How much would you charge?" She says, "Nothing." I says, "Really?" She says, "Nothing." Because Elgin was the sweetest man, and he's family, just like you are. And everybody in the church thought y'all were the perfect couple. And I said, "Well, if they only knew." But I would rather have him here fussing, because he wore that long hose from his oxygen tank. And he'd get it caught on something, the entertainment center or something. And then he's cussing about it. I said, "Elgin, there's no sense in cursing about it. I will bend down. I'll get your hose unhooked." So if I could just have that back again. His machine is turned off. It's been turned off since 4:30 yesterday afternoon. And I'm not used to being in a quiet house. I'm used to that machine running. So my brother-in-law said he's going to stay with me as long as possible. My mother's going home to get some change of clothes and she's coming back. And I told her, I says, well, I wanted her to stay as long as she feels like she can stay because my father's passed away, but she really doesn't have any responsibilities and she can get a new pretty good from there. So, I asked her if she was going to stay with me and she said yes. I says, you are coming back when you go home get your clothes? She says, yes, I'm coming back. I says, well, I want you here past the funeral because I don't know if I want to be alone. I don't know if any of y'all have been married and you ended up being a widow and you felt like it was before your time. That's how I feel. I feel it's too early. And I wished I would have known Wednesday night before I fell asleep that I wasn't going to be with him anymore. I'm trying to dry the tears up. I'm trying not to cry anymore, especially when my grandchildren are over here. I don't want to cry in front of them. Now, I don't think it's really hit them yet that he's gone. They know that he's passed away, but I don't think it's really hit them. And I think it's going to happen at the funeral. I believe that's when it's going to happen. My youngest daughter, she's getting married soon, and she told me that she wanted Elgin to walk her down the aisle, but now he can't. I says, well, I'm your mother. I can do it. I would be more than happy to do it. She said, yeah, but I wanted Dad. I says, I know you do. I said, I know. I says, but I can do it unless you want one of your uncles to do it. They can do it. And both their grandfathers are dead. So they're not getting married anytime soon. But, I told her, I says, you'll have someone to give you away, and I'll be more than happy to do it because you're my child. Now that I would have never noticed it unless you pointed it out. And I guess they keep the key. I don't know, but anyhow, so he stuck the key in and he pulled it out so I could look at it. I went, oh, that's nice. I have pictures of his parents, a picture of Missy that passed away 5 years ago. She was 16. And then I have a picture of Angel and Cuddles as a collage that my daughter did. So I'm going to picture frame. I've got to print it out first, and then I'm going to picture frame it. And I'm going to have his parents up around his chest, and I'm going to have a picture of both of the animals. And if I can get a picture of the children, then I'll print that out and I'll put that in the casket with them. So they said, we know Grandpa loved us. I said, girls, he loves you more than you really know. He, he was a great grandfather. He didn't do the activities I did with him because it was hard for him because of the breathing and everything. And so it was really hard. But he did do some things with them, like taking them to dinner, or if we got ice cream or something, and if we could sit outside at a table, we do stuff like that. But me, I take them to the Dollar Tree, or I take them to museums, take them to the park, all kinds of things. I take them a lot of places around here, and so I know they're going to need me pretty bad when they're at the funeral. And I'm going to tell them in advance if you need me, sit next to me and I can hug both of you at the same time. Um, I don't know what else to say. I have a bad because of all the crying I've been doing. I can't help looking around this house, and everywhere I look, I see him. Especially this end table. That was his end table because he sat on this end of his couch. So that was his table. And I see some things over there. I told my mother I'm going to try to straighten up a little bit because I don't know if I've had extra company from my cousins and who else. And I guess that's it. That's all I have to say. I think I'm going to watch some YouTube. Turn this light out. I don't know what to do the day after the funeral. Because I know the day of the funeral, everybody's going to be over here. I can't handle it. Couldn't handle it this afternoon when I had both my grandchildren, my nephew, both of my daughters, my oldest daughter's husband. There's just so much going on. That's why I went in the bedroom so I could have some quiet time. So I will be giving updates as soon as I know of the hearing day. I'm sorry, of a burial day. They said they're kind of backed up right now, so it may not be until Tuesday or Wednesday. So I just want this done and over with. I feel like I'm just cemented into the floor and I can't move. So I got my brother-in-law to drive me to the funeral home today. I wanted him with me because I figured he might know the information that the coroner might ask about their parents, their mother and father, and which I was glad because I didn't know his mother's first name was Catherine, so that was a good thing. And he's going to be in the uh, veterans section, and I'm going to be right next to him. And guess what? I couldn't get any luckier, but he's going to be above my father. Like my father's here, he's going to be up this from my father. And I've always said that when I go, I want to be next to my father. Well, I'm going to be. I'm going to be right there. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get some rest, Dora Beth, but I'm trying to keep my mind busy too. I don't know what to do. Try to keep my mind busy. What do women do that are widows and they've had a husband for God knows how many years? It was a good marriage, and then all of a sudden they're left alone. What do they do? How long does it take to get over it? Am I going to cry over him the rest of my life? I have so many questions. I know some of them sound stupid, but I've got a lot of questions. So I'm hoping once I go to sleep, Elgin will come into my dream and answer my questions that I asked him. And I also put in a prayer, why didn't you wake up and tell me that you love me and tell me goodbye and you wouldn't give me the chance to say goodbye? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I also want to know what made him die. So hopefully Monday I'll hear something. Okay, girls, pop. It is now 10 minutes to 4. We've been on here an hour and 5 minutes. So I think I'm gonna let everyone go so y'all can go to sleep. Except Wendy, I don't know. I think it's your dinner time over there now, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, try to keep myself busy. Go in my sewing room and maybe take some more pictures I'm gonna put on eBay. I'm also going to make a uh, slideshow and put it on Facebook so you can see some of the things that I'm selling. And I'm thinking about um, filling my orders. I have four of them. So I'm thinking about filling my orders tonight. That way, when I get to the mailbox, I can just slip it in. Because the mail lady doesn't come until 2 o'clock. And I'm expecting some things from Amazon, and Elgin paid for that too. Gave me his card and he paid for it. Thank you, Doorbell. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna rest. My brain is tired, my eyes are tired, but I can't think of anything else to really talk about. I didn't realize I was going to talk this long, and I didn't realize that people are going to come on. Thank you, Tracy, for your prayers. I love. I have 1,148 subscribers, and I'm going to tell everyone that I love you all. That you're all very special to me. That I feel like that you're family. That's the way I look at it. You're family. Every 1,148 of you, your family. You know, the sewing group doesn't have a connection like the knitting and the crocheting does. And I found most of y'all through the Christmas in July thing. And I think I think that the sewing community they need to do something like that too. They don't do giveaways or stuff like that. So it would be nice if they would have a giveaway. Um, had a nice Christmas. Got a few nice things. Our granddaughter, both of them, they gave us slippers, right? And all the slippers. One pair says Papa Bear, and the other says Mama Bear. And I was wearing all these grown-up slippers the other day. So I think I'm gonna give him his slippers, put it in the casket. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Somebody suggested it, and I said, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to get some rest. I want all of y'all to rest, and thank you for your prayers and your concerns and your love. And thank you for being family. Okay, well, I'm gonna go for now, and y'all get some sleep. It's late. Dora I had been asking God. I've been asking God, why did He take Elton? Um, and I had to wake up and find him dead. Why did God do that? So um, I've been talking to Elton too. I told him, I says, you need to show me where some of the paperwork for the funeral expenses and that kind of stuff are. And I asked him several times, but he wouldn't answer me. Oh, we'll do it later, that type of thing. And it's like, well, how about if we wait tomorrow? What am I supposed to do? So here's tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? Well, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. And Dora, if you're dozing off, you better get yourself some sleep. Oh, Dora, by the way, how is Sugar Lumps? I saw you put a couple of videos on about her. She's so cute. And I really liked what you did. Like, what's that called? Like a kaleidoscope thing? Where you can see her like in the middle and then it spreads out. That was neat. If y'all don't watch the Yarny Zebra and stuff, you really need to watch her because she's always showing her animals uh, and then she shows her crocheting and I think sometimes I haven't seen it very often, but I think sometimes she also does a haul on her yarn that she gets, and you ought to see her craft room. She's got a zebra mask. I love that zebra mask. I think that's the cutest thing ever. God, it scared me. Yeah, so y'all go over to that yarny zebra and stuff, and check her channel out. You will not be disappointed. She is a Christian woman. She is the sweetest person, and y'all need to really hook up with her. Okay, people, I'm gonna let you go. My legs are starting to hurt. That means I need to get the heat back on my legs. And I'll let you know when the funeral is, and I will try to have pictures and a slideshow so y'all can see the service and hopefully be able to hear the service and see him when I go for my viewing with him. No family, nothing. Everything. By the time they get to the funeral, the casket's going to be closed. The girl says they don't want to see him like that. I says, well, it's best you don't. Remember him as he always has been, his honoriness and his goodness. I told the girls, I says, he's had more goodness toward us than we ever deserved. I mean, how many stepfathers would take kids in from a previous marriage and treat them like they're his own flesh and blood, you know? The girls were lucky, very, very lucky. And thank goodness my tire got a flat that day. That's how we met. I'm sure I told the story, but I was a janitor on the Navy base, and I met one of the secretaries. I went back into her office. I says, "You're not gonna believe this." She says, "What?" I says, "My car has a flat tire. I have to go pick up the girls at school." And she says, "Well, I know someone called that can help you." I says, "Good." So I'm waiting outside, and here comes Elgin. Elgin fixed my tire, and on top of that, he also paid for brand new tires to go all the way around. And he always called me Sweetums. He always called me Sweetums from the day one. Okay, well, I could go on and talk about him because he was such a marvelous person. He was so kind and he was hot tempered and sensitive, but deep down inside, he had a big heart. And like I said, how many men would take in stepchildren and treat them like they're his own flesh and blood? Not many. Did I ever tell y'all how he asked me to marry him? It was so funny. In the neighborhood he lived in, they have a yearly, well, they used to, I don't know if they still do, yearly yard sale, right? And so I was in his garage at his workbench and I'm going through stuff to see what's what. And he come in with a sandwich paper bag and, well, for lunch, a lunch paper bag. And he says, you may want to put this into the yard sale. I was, oh, okay. I set it aside. And then when I found a second, I looked in the bag and there was a box. And I opened it up. I says, oh, okay, yeah, that'll go in the yard sale. Put it back. I went, wait a minute. What did I just see? And I pulled it back out and I says, is this engagement ring for me? He says, who else would it be? So that's how he proposed. Yep. And he taught me when we go to a restaurant, don't look at the prices. You get whatever you want. Don't worry about what the price is. I still do every now and then look at the prices. But I didn't let him know that I was. How many times have I said that I think I'm gonna go? 100 times already? It seems like that you girls want to stay on a little bit longer. I don't know what to talk about. Um, how's everyone doing? How's everyone's Christmas? I got some nice stuff for Christmas, but I got it put away. I was going to do a video, and then with Elgin and all, I just didn't. So I put everything away. But I got some Pioneer Woman stuff. I was real excited about that. My mother gave me a nice pant set. It's casual long pants with a cardigan and when I first saw the cardigan, Dorothy, I was thinking of you because guess what? It's zebra. It looks like a zebra. And I thought of you when I saw that. I says, I know the person that would love the cardigan. Yeah. So what else did I get? I didn't get very much because I really didn't want anything. I got everything I've ever wanted. Ah, what did Dorbeth say? My brother did the same. His wife had children from previous marriage, and they didn't have any, but they were his. He raised them exactly. What was the saying that my oldest daughter said? My mother asked her, we were in the dressing room getting ready, and Celeste was the maid of honor, and Renee was the bridesmaid, or the finger, or the ring bearer. I think she was the ring bearer. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyhow, and so my mother asked Celeste. She says, "Do you want him to be your father?" She said yes. And so my mother asked her why. And Celeste said, because anyone can be a father, but only a man can be a father. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, well, girls, I think I'm gonna go. I gotta get the heat pad on my legs, because now my legs are starting to jerk. I don't like that feeling. That is the strangest feeling. Um, Wendy, doorbell. What else did I see on here? I'm scrolling up. on. Come on. It's not going. Come on. Oh, this computer sometimes drives me nuts. Well, okay. So there's Amy also. So Amy, Wendy, and Dorothy, thank you. Thank you very much for your sweet messages you left on Facebook, on YouTube. So thank you very much for your thoughts, and I'm definitely gonna go. I love you. Um, I don't know when I'll do my next video, but I have some things I want to show that I've made sewing and crocheting. And I came across some plastic canvas, and I'm going to make tissue boxes. I love making tissue boxes. They're so easy to make out of plastic canvas. So uh, that's that's what I'm planning on doing. Okay, well, I feel a little better now that I've talked it out with all of you. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll be depending on y'all to get me through this, and everyone else that's on my channel to get me through this. As long as I know that y'all are hugging me, or you ought to know I'm hugging you right back. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna go this time. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. Okay, well, what time is it? It's quarter after 4, so I'm gonna try to get some rest. I don't know when grandchildren are coming back over because they're staying with my sister, so I'm not sure what time they're coming back over. But I thought maybe I would take them to an old-fashioned soda shop that we have downtown, and they serve their sodas in glass bottles, so that would be fun for them. Okay, well, anyhow, let me find my end button. Here we go. It says edit, and I see end stream. Okay. You have a good day or a good night whenever you're watching this. Please subscribe, click my like channel, and I'm not sure exactly how soon I'll be coming back on. Um, so I guess I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.